Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for ARK. Today in this video, folks, as the title suggests, I'm going to be showing you how to tame the Tusoteuthis. Now, that is of course the giant squid, and there are several reasons for which you want to tame one. Apart from it being the Giga of the seas, it is also immune to stuns from the jellyfish as well as the electrophorus, which is the eel. So definitely a good creature to have. It does have a lot of HP, good decent carry weight and stuff like that. Now this is an end game creature, and before we get into it, it is a passive tame, but it is also aggressive. You will need black pearls and you will need a saddle in order to ride it. Here are the requirements for the crafting of a Tusoteuthis saddle. I'm going to call it a giant squid from now on because it is a weird name for me to pronounce. So this is what you will need in order to craft the saddle for the giant squid. In terms of taming, as it is a passive tame, you do need to get close to it and feed it black pearls. You want to stack up your black pearls in stacks of 50. If you do have any more than that, it won't really help you out, so you do want to do that. Obviously it is a passive tame, so you want to put it in your 0 slot bar, and you will also need a tanky creature. So for the purposes of this, I will be using a Mosa. Do bear in mind you want to have a lot of HP on that. A plesiosaur will do just fine. Again, health is quite important, and you might want to invest in some speed and maybe some carry weight, as the black pearls do weigh quite a bit. So with that said and done, I'm going to go and find a Tuso, and of course do bear in mind Tusos can be found in the deep ends of the water, so they do like to spend their time in the deep end. Okay, so I've got a Tuso here. Now what you want to do is let it grab onto your tame, and then you want to, of course, try and mount it back up. Now for some odd reason it's not letting me do that. Sometimes it is a bit glitchy like this. So if it does not let you mount up your creature, whether it's the mosasaur that you're using or the plesiosaur, then you whistle it to follow you and swim out of the way. It will eventually let go, and so you want to kind of do this, let it come to you, and then try and mount it and swim away. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm slightly overweight. I did have to fight off a lot of stuff, and I kind of got caught in the middle of it, so I'm gonna have to drop some stuff. Luckily I still have enough HP. I'm gonna try and see if I can swim with all of that, because I will need the food later on. Now between feeds you want to give yourself around 14 minutes. So once you've fed the Tuso the stack of black pearls, you want to kind of gain height in the water, so the Tuso will not follow you, or will follow you up to a certain depth, and after that it will stop following you. So that's the way you get rid of it. Now I'm gonna have to wait for the Tuso to let go before I can swim away with my Mosa. And if you have a better saddle on your Mosa, then that does obviously increase its percentages of surviving. Do keep in mind you want to look out around you before you actually engage the Tuso, so that you don't have to deal with eels and the jellyfish. So what I'm going to do now is just going to swim up. I am going to try and keep the Tuso close to me. I think this might potentially be the depth that I want to be at. So there's a certain depth you want to be at, in that the Tuso won't swim any higher than that. So I am keeping an eye on it. Yeah, I think we lost aggro, so that's fine. We've got a shark coming in. So I'm going to start feeding my mosasaur until the shark gets to me. I don't want to get too far from that Tuso. That is my tame at the moment. Okay, the shark's close enough. So while you wait those 14 minutes until the next feed, my advice is start force feeding your tame. That way it starts healing up. As you saw, the Tuso does do a lot of damage, and that is a leech ability that it has, where it of course takes health from your creature and puts it back into its own health pool. So that is a nice ability to have, and this is kind of how I got encumbered. The Tuso down there was surrounded by a ton of sharks and anglerfish and stuff like that, so I ended up clearing it out, and in the process I aggroed the Tuso. So from this point forth, for the next 14 minutes, I'm just going to be force feeding my mosasaur the meat that I've got, and obviously make sure you have your black pearls in your 0 slot ready for the next feed. Now normally on normal servers it'll take around 150 to 200 black pearls, so that's why you do want to have some carry weight on your mosasaur. The area around me is fairly clear. I cleared it out before, so might as well just start feeding it for the next 14 minutes until I get some health back. So I'll see you guys when things are ready. Alright, I am ready to go, healed up. This should be my time. There we go. So dismount, swim towards the beak of the Tuso, and sometimes it does this, it pulls in your Tame, kind of blocking its beak. If you cannot access its beak, you cannot feed it. Simple as that. So it may take several attempts. That is a problem with having a big creature. So I'm gonna reposition. Oh, never mind, it got me again. Let's try this again. No, it just pushed me back out. That's fine, I'll reposition. My Mosa should be able to deal with the damage. Okay, here we go. Attempt number 3. There we go, it's grabbed me. Time to go. Now I am using the tech armor so you guys can see what I'm doing. You do want to use the scuba set. There we go, you swim up to it, press the key that I prompted you to, and there you have one tamed Tuso. The complicated part of it is that in the seas you will have jellyfish and of course the eels, which can be problematic, can be surrounded by other creatures such as sharks, so you'll have to clear those out. But once you have it, you have an amazing water mount. It is fairly fast. It has a great range on its attack, which I'll show you in a bit. You can grab creatures with it. When you do grab creatures, it does apply torpor. You can grab sea creatures, you can grab land creatures if they are close to the water's edge. So I've got loads of sharks right here. It does swim backwards, but just look at the range on the Tuso. And the best bit about it is it's not affected by the eels and the jellyfish, so you cannot be dismounted. It does not get stunned by that. If you press C, it does this ink cloud. It does give you a chance to swim away fast, so that is an escape mechanic. And if you right click, you can grab stuff as well. The combat mechanic can be a bit derpy. Sometimes it can glitch out, as you saw there. It does swim backwards, and when you want it to attack something, it does have to flip around. So it does sometimes throw you off if you're not used to it. But once you get used to it, it is a pretty darn cool creature to have. Definitely worth taming and even breeding for amazing stats, and even breeding for the purposes of imprinting on them to increase their stats. That just makes them so much more powerful. I'm gonna try and grab this right there. So right click, grabs. I just noticed that there are 2 more sharks coming in. Now you can carry this away. Do bear in mind, once you have grabbed a creature, it does swim significantly slower. And if you have a tribe mate, you can grab a creature that you want to tame, and the tribe mate can start pumping knock arrows or trank arrows into it to knock it out if it is a knockout tame. I'm going to try and get away and clear out these sharks. So as you can see, a pretty darn cool creature. I actually like the Tuso, despite the fact that I still sometimes struggle with the way it swims with its swimming mechanics. Definitely something worth having. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethum Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.